everyone, my name is Lauren Stone and welcome to my channel. Just to recap, my husband Jason and I are working on building out this van. I've had this YouTube channel for a while, but I haven't really done anything with it, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to, give it a try, have some fun. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're gonna figure it out together. So subscribe to my channel, stick around, we can grow and learn and laugh together. It's gonna be great. So what I wanted to talk about today was the number one question that we get when we tell people that we're converting a van, which is, how much does it cost? And the reality is that it definitely is more expensive than I think a lot of people think. And I know that there are ways that you can cut corners, and I know Facebook Marketplace exists, but still at the end of the day, it's a big project, so you can probably expect to pay more than what you're thinking. Just to break it down for you, we decided that we were going to get an auto loan versus buying an older vehicle. And that's because I think the biggest concern we had was that we didn't want there to be anything major that we'd have to deal with mechanically. That's just not our forte. We're gonna learn, I'm sure we're gonna learn, but we just didn't want to have to deal with right out the gate these mechanical issues, especially because we knew that we were gonna be spending probably a pretty penny on the van build. So we estimated about $20,000 for our auto loan. It's gonna be about $360 a month, but that doesn't kick until the end of August. And then for the van build itself, a lot of people said that it cost them roughly around $10,000. So that's just kind of the obsolete number that we threw out. We said, okay, maybe it'll cost us $10,000. Let's expect to pay that. We didn't do a whole ton of research before just getting the van and saying we were gonna do it. So that's why I wanted to make this video. As we continue to build, I'm gonna make parts 2, 3, so on and so forth, just to give a very realistic expectation of what you can expect to spend on a van build. But not just that, I also have created a spreadsheet. This spreadsheet is going to be in the description. I'm not going to gatekeep it. I want people to have full transparency with what we're spending. And that's what this spreadsheet is. It has a list of everything, links to everything that we have bought and have used for this van build. It's broken down into categories, so whether it's solar or windows, walls and ceilings, insulation, things like that. But we've also broken it down into months, so how much we've paid, say, in the month of July, how much we anticipate to spend in August, how much we've paid so far in August. We have everything from washers and machine screws to our max air fans and windows. It's very detailed, and I hope it helps. I hope it helps someone. Just a small caveat that the links in the spreadsheet are affiliate links. That's just a way for us to help earn a little bit of commission, hopefully, so that we can support this van build, support this channel. So appreciate you and thank you for your support. And with that, let's dive in, and I'm gonna tell you specifically everything that we have spent so far on this build. The first thing that we did was the roof rack. We've seen a lot of roof racks and they cost anywhere from $900 to $1,000+, and we said, nope, we're gonna make our own. We expected to pay roughly around $400, and in total we've spent $406.29. Then was our fans, which we expected to pay $530, and we ended up paying $454.24. Next up is the solar. We expected to pay $940. We ended up paying only $638.95. And that's because Amazon did a little bit of an uh-oh when we bought our fans. They said that they were reversible, and they were not. Basically what that means is the fans were supposed to be able to blow out and blow in, but we installed them and they only blow out, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just to say, make sure before you install anything that you double check the equipment that you buy. But Amazon, that was their fault, so we went to their customer support and gave us a rebate, so we were able to save $300 on our solar, which was awesome. We definitely needed that. Let's see. Next up was the windows. We opted in for 2 bunk windows from Flare Space and a larger window that doesn't slide open or anything from Vantech. We opted for the non-sliding one because it was half the price, and also we're gonna, as often as possible, keep the doors open, keep this sliding door open. We have the bunk windows. We have plenty of air flowing through. We have our fans. We'll be just fine. So in total, we thought we were going to spend about $700, and then we ended up paying $729.45. So that's probably shipping, taxes, things like that. And then there are the tools, right? There are tools that we definitely didn't have, extra pieces, adapters, drill bits, blades, things that we thought we had that we didn't. So as we're going along, it's hard to anticipate everything that you're going to need. So far, we've anticipated that we need about $400 worth of tools. And so far, we've only spent $222.19. That's pretty good. And I think some of these tools is because we have great neighbors who were able to let us borrow some of their tools, which has been very, very helpful. Anytime that you can borrow equipment, I highly recommend it, especially if it's something that you're only going to use once, because otherwise you're going to spend X amount of dollars on it and then it's just going to sit in your garage or whatever, and then it's not going to get used. So borrow when you can. We've already purchased our insulation for the van. We got Havelock wool. We did that because, one, it's a sustainable product, so it's good for the environment. It's not like harmful to animals. It's literally sheep's wool. It acts as moisture protectant. It acts as sound deadening. And of course, obviously the main job, insulation. So that's why we opted in for Havelock wool versus getting maybe a cheaper version at Home Depot or something like that. They're usually about $150 a box and then $50 for shipping. So what we did instead was we looked on Facebook Marketplace to see if anybody was also building a van that maybe bought too much and wanted to sell it out. And thankfully, we only needed 3 boxes, and we were able to get all 3 boxes for cheaper on Facebook Marketplace. So we expected for insulation to pay $680 and only ended up paying $342.15. That's pretty good. That's like half the price of what we expected to pay, which is amazing. We've already started on the walls and ceilings, but just with the framing, as you can see. Right now, what we expect to pay is going to be a lot more than what we already have paid, because again, we've only done the framing so far. We expect to pay about $750 to $800 for the walls and ceiling. We've only paid so far $199.86. So that's kind of like a TBD. That could flux depending on how we decide to do the walls, what type of plywood we buy, how we want to do the ceiling. So those things could change. Again, we're gonna update this spreadsheet with everything that we plan to do, everything that we actually do in real time. So I highly recommend, if you're really, really, really thinking about doing this, check out the spreadsheet just to get an idea. Okay, so with that, I'm now going to share with you how much we have spent on this build in total. We have spent, since the beginning of July, it is now the beginning of August, we have spent $2,489.25. That's a pretty big chunk of change of that expected $10,000. But I will say it's less than what I thought it was gonna be. So that's good. I think a lot of our major purchases have been made so far, but once it starts getting into like the furniture and the refrigerator and the sink and the cabinetry and even some more of our electrical that we're gonna have to buy. We also are gonna have to get new tires. We still have a ways to go. Anyways, I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that this has provided some kind of insight as to what you can expect on your own van build. So if you've learned something new today, you found this entertaining, you want to stick around, you're having fun, I'm having fun, subscribe to this channel. Your support means so much to me, so thank you very much. We are also on Instagram at AdventureVan. That's where we're going to share more real-time updates of where we're at in the progress of our van. I also encourage you, comment in this video of things that you want to see or questions that you might have about what we've done so far on the van build. Again, we're not professionals, right? Like, we're not this tried and true way. This is exactly how you should do it. Just showing you what we've done and how we're doing it, things that we've learned, things that you can learn not to do. Yeah, and it's just a lot of fun. So thank you again for being here. Subscribe to the channel, follow us at Adventure Van on Instagram, and until next time.